have the microphones handed over. Do we have a question? Front row? Right, we'll start right over here. Please wait for the microphone.
Thank you. Good evening, Coach. My name is Joe Debra from Happy FM in Ghana. What went wrong tonight? I know you came with expectation to win this particular game, but it didn't happen. What went wrong?
Well, I think we knew we were up against a very good Mexican team playing at home on a surface that they're used to. So we knew it was going to be tough opposition. I thought in the first half period we coped well, even though we didn't create the amount of chances that we would have liked to have done. But I think we had reasonable good control of the game. So certainly in a first half period, I came in at half time not too unhappy. You know, I felt we could have perhaps produced a little bit more in the final third, a few more goal scoring opportunities, but I think taking everything in the circumstances into account, I thought we did okay in the first half period. The problem was in the second half period where a Mexican team upped the tempo of their game. You know, they're a very good side and they press well. They have very sharp players, and we struggled to cope with the intensity of their game in that second half period. And the balance is if you don't cope well enough in that period, then at least you've got to be secure enough and not give away not give away goals. And I thought both the goals that we conceded, I think from our point of view, were two poor defensive goals. And then it becomes an uphill battle. And I think we rallied around a little bit. And I think in that final period of the game, I think I saw a good effort from the players in trying to get back in the game. But I think from that stage, it was going to be very difficult.
We're going to have the next question right in front, please.
Hey, Coach. The truth is, a game like this only matters in what it brings you towards January and the Cup of Nations there. What did you see tonight that gives you a positive influence towards that? And what do you think of the draw that Ghana has gotten in the tournament?
Well, I think as this game going into, yes, we obviously have two World Cup games in November, but this, of course, was good preparation going into January. It was also an opportunity for me to look at a different system, which I employed in the last friendly game, and I think particularly as we knew we had some injuries, particularly in the centre half position, so it was a good opportunity to play a new system. In every game you're learning about players, and what I did speak to the players before the game is that this would be one of our toughest tests, not only because Mexico are a very good side and on a very, very good run, but the circumstances around this game here in a packed stadium. So these are the things that are going to test you as a team, and it was a big test for us today. As regards the draw, the draw is the draw, and I think you also have to look for any positives that you can. We are in a group of 4 teams, and 2 teams qualify from that group, and it's our ambition and desire to make sure that we qualify from the group.
We have a question in the front.
Coach, my name is Jacob Na. I work for the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. You made mention of the fact that this was a very big test for you as far as the pace of the Mexican team is concerned. What importance will you attach to this game? And then also, in terms of positives and negatives, one event that I could notice had to do with your right back in the first half, which there was a scenario which led to that Partey getting the yellow card, and then he didn't come back again. Aside the importance, is it because of the red card, or what tactical explanation can you give to us?
Okay, are you talking about Thomas Partey?
Yes.
Yeah, no, Thomas was always only going to play 45 minutes. Yeah, he's been out injured for 3 to 4 weeks. He came back for his club Arsenal last midweek. Was sub on the subs bench for one game and then played 20 minutes for the next game. So we knew that he was only going to play 45 minutes. As regards the importance of this game, this is, yes, it's the reason why we've taken these two games, these two tough away games, is, as I said, it's to test, is to look at the squad. We knew we had some injuries, so it's an opportunity for some others. These are games that we came here wanting to put in a good performance and to win. You know, I don't think you can afford to go into any game not thinking that it's a game that you can win. More positives, of course, in a first half period than there were in the second half. But these are the things that we have to take away with us and take into what will be a tough game on Tuesday.
Do we have any additional questions? Yes, we'll get the microphone right over here.
Okay, Coach.
Hold, give us 1 second. Thank you.
All right, Coach. So we saw a couple of players we don't usually see you start. What was the thinking going into the game? Seeing some of these players, Schindler and all, and what are the considerations that you've had after their performance tonight?
Well, probably most of the players. I think most of the players you're talking about would be players that played at the back, and that would be because, of course, going in to this game, we were without regulars like Amati, Jiku, and Salisu. They're 3 players that would naturally be in our squad. So the fact they're not here, it's opportunities for others, and it was trying to fit them players in a system that I wanted to play in this particular game. We are thinking about games in the future. We are thinking about AFCON, and there's always the balance. The balance is you come here into the tough games, and the balance is that how much do you experiment in one side, and the other side is these are 2 very difficult games. So it's trying to get the balance right. I certainly was happier with that balance in the first half period, but certainly not in the second.
Right here in the second row.
Yeah, Coach. I'm Kofi Jecheto for Oman FM, Kansas City Media Limited. These are 2 important friendly matches for Ghanaians. You've lost your first one. What message do you have for Ghanaians ahead of the second game?
Is that it's exactly the same message for the players. Is that what we don't want is that we don't want to leave this international camp with 2 poor results. And so the result of that is always that you are looking for a reaction from the team in the second game, and if you are able to get the right reaction, which I'm quite sure that we will from the team, then it gives you a better possibility of putting in a performance that can get something out of the game in the second game. So certainly it's you. What you have to do is you have to learn from the things that you didn't do so well in this game, the things that lost us the game, and endeavour to put them right in the next game.
We're going to go with the last question.
Coach, I'm back to you again. I meant to ask earlier, but I didn't get the chance. So I wanted to ask, besides the game against Liberia, Ghana seems to struggle to get goals. And again, it showed today. What's the way forward, and have you identified what the problem is, considering we've used Antoine Semenyo in the striking role as well as Iñaki Williams? Is it a personnel problem? Is it a tactical problem? And how are you looking to resolve it, please?
No, I understand the question, and it is a fact. You know, if I'm looking at the games we play, I mean, what we mustn't forget is that we are a team that have qualified and qualified as top of the group, and in our qualification, pre myself as head coach, and obviously with myself as head coach, we haven't lost a game. But yes, it's an area that we need to improve on, and we are working as hard as we can. It's certainly not down to a mentality of not wanting to score goals or being ultra defensive, but sometimes you go through these periods, and sometimes these things can happen. The only thing you can do is continue to work as hard as possible in the limited time that you have. You hope that the players are playing consistent at their clubs, and you're hoping that players are scoring goals at their clubs. And this is a help, but it is an issue that we need to resolve.
Thank you very much, Coach. Thank you.